Hey everyone, today's video is going to be a Tesco weekly food shop. If you've not seen one of these on my channel before, I tend to do a bigger online delivery every like 6 to 8 weeks or so, mostly just to stock up on heavier things that I don't want to have to carry back from town, so cans, milk, etc. Today's shop came to around £70, but £15 or so of that was like household products, so toilet paper, laundry powder, all of the super unexciting things that I don't include in this haul. So food wise, I spent around £55, but again, like I said, that is a lot more food than I would normally get on like a weekly basis, and a lot of the stuff that I picked up today will last me a good few weeks. I did also pick up a few things for an upcoming video, so that made it a little bit more expensive than it would be normally, but I got a few things that I'm very excited about, so I will show you guys what I picked up. So this is an overview of everything that I picked up this week. I'm going to start in this corner because there's a few things here that I picked up for a video that will be up on my channel very shortly, but a lot of these things I wouldn't pick up on like a regular basis, but I'm going to be doing a little bit of a new in taste test, so I have got some exciting things to try this week. So I've got some vegan berry and white chocolate ice creams. You get 3 in here and this was £2.50. I have actually taken the ice creams out and kept them in the freezer. Kind of underestimated my freezer space before I did this shop, and it's been a little bit of a struggle fitting everything in, so I've left the ice creams in the freezer, but I'm very excited to try these. I got the Chicago Town new vegan pizzas. These are like the cheeseburger pizzas, and these were £2 for 2. I got these McCain barbecue fries. These were £2.99. Now I literally never buy oven fries. In fact, I don't know if I've ever had them since living in this flat, but these sound really good and they're also new in, so I'm excited to give these a try. And then quite possibly the thing that I'm most excited about, and again, I'm trying not to chat too much about these things because they will be in a separate video, but I got these Pret vegan croissants for £3. You just put them in your freezer and then bake them when you fancy them, and I feel like this is going to be such a treat. I got some vegan sour cream and chive dip. This was £1.20. I did actually put this on my last order and they substituted it, so I'm so happy that it's actually arrived this time. I got some vegan sausage rolls for 70p, and then I got some Wotsits for £1.25. Moving on to the other fridge and freezer bits so I can get this all put away, I got some soybeans for £2.25. These are a really good source of protein, and I've been having a lot of like, I want to say katsu curry, but I feel like I can't even call it katsu curry. It's based off the naked katsu that they do at Wagamama's, and on the side they always have some edamame beans, so I've been making that a lot and I'm really obsessed with these. I got 2 different types of the Vivera vegan meat alternatives. These were both on offer for £2. This is the bacon. I've tried this quite a few times and I'm a big fan. I do really like the oomph bacon when I make like garlic bacon Brussels sprouts, but they didn't have any of that at Tesco, so I'm going to give it a go using this instead. And then I just picked up the Greek style kebab as well. I've actually never tried this, but it sounds really good. I've heard lots of good reviews on it, and I thought I could make some sort of like vegan kebab this week for meals as well. I feel like it would definitely go well with that sour cream and chive dip that I picked up, so looking forward to that as a meal this week. I then got the meat-free burgers for £1.50. If you watched any of my hauls in the summer, you'll know that these were some of my faves. Honestly, I feel like these are really affordable for the type of burger that they are. I feel like they're on par with like the Beyond Burger and that style of burger in my opinion, and they're only £1.50 for 2. So I feel like we're coming up to burger season again. It was like 23 degrees not too long ago, so I'm very excited for like barbecues and lots of burgers. I feel like in the summer last year, burgers made up maybe like 50% of my diet, so I had to pick up some more of these. And then finally for fridge stuff, I got this tempeh. This was £2.75. I have literally never tried this, and this is more of like a splurge purchase for me, I guess, just to see if I like it. It is a really good vegan source of protein. I've been trying to eat a little bit healthier recently. I mean, I feel like this would say otherwise, but I just thought I would give this a go, see what it tastes like. £2.75 is not something I would pay on a regular basis for this amount of food. But if I really like it, then it can be a treat every once in a while. I'm actually not even sure how to cook this, so if you guys have any good tempeh recipes, definitely let me know. I feel like it's the kind of thing you have to marinate, so I might have to Google some recipes for that. Moving on to the fruit and veg bits that I picked up, I will say I was a little bit disappointed in Tesco this week. One, because they just had a lot of things not in stock, so a lot of like my core staples that I would always pick up on a weekly basis, they just didn't have. So they didn't have spinach, they didn't have any type of bananas, Things like the cherry tomatoes, I had to get the more expensive ones because the cheaper ones were out of stock. Mushrooms as well, so I definitely couldn't get all of the fruit and veg that I would have normally picked up. And then another thing is that some of the fruit and veg that I picked up was pretty gross, so you might notice that these oranges are open. One of them was so ridiculously mouldy, it was disgusting. Like, how the packer couldn't have noticed that when they put this like in my shopping, I don't know. So I binned that one straight away because it was really gross. And then also on the peppers here, you might be able to tell, like, that's probably on its last legs. I'll have to chop off a lot of that and eat the rest fairly soon. So a little bit disappointed this week in Tesco's fruit and veg. In terms of the stuff that I did pick up, I got these satsumas for 95p. I got some grapes for £1.50. Both of these will just be for snacking on. And then I also got a lemon for 30p, which I'll probably use in some sort of like salad dressing this week. This as well is not like the nicest feeling lemon, so I might have to use that fairly soon. And then in terms of vegetables, I got a red cabbage for 45p. I feel like that is such a good price for the size of this cabbage. Again, another staple that I had during the summer last year. I made so much homemade vegan coleslaw, and I figured as I was picking up the burgers and I was also getting those oven chips, it only made sense to pick up a cabbage as well to make some coleslaw. So I reckon that is what most of this will be used on this week. I got a cucumber for 43p and some cherry tomatoes for 90p. These will mostly be used on like side salads. The tomatoes as well, I'll likely make some sort of pasta dish with those. I then got a huge bag of carrots for 40p. These will be used as part of the coleslaw, also for snacking on, probably as like a side to like sausages and mash, anything like that. I find that these last a really long time in the fridge, so I'll probably have these for a fair few weeks before I finish them. I got some peppers for 86p, which I use in pretty much everything. Like I already said, this one is pretty gross, and also in general these are really small peppers, so I don't know what's gone on there, but I'll use them in like fajitas, curries, salads, literally anything I'll put peppers in. I got an aubergine for 77p. This will be used in that naked katsu dish that I mentioned. So I always go for like the yasai katsu curry at Wagamama's, and I think it normally comes with butternut squash, aubergine and sweet potato. I'm not really a huge fan of butternut squash, so when I make it at home I tend to do aubergine and sweet potato with some of those soybeans and then some curry sauce that I have. Honestly, it's so good. I think I've got into the habit of having it like 4 times a week. It is like a real addiction, so I had to pick up an aubergine for that. Speaking of sweet potato, I picked these up for 89p. Again, they will most likely be used in that katsu curry. Maybe some soup potentially if there's any left, but I reckon most of these will be used on the katsu curry. And then I just got some normal potatoes as well for 39p, and these will be used as jacket potatoes. If you've seen any of my recent videos, you'll know that I'm on a real jacket potato hype at the moment, so that will make up a few more of my lunches this week as well. Moving on to the kind of carbohydrates bits that I picked up, I stocked up on a couple of these packets of the 20p spaghetti. These are my absolute faves and I go through them so quickly, so I always like to stock up when I do an online shop. I also picked up some shell pasta this time. This was 53p. Now, this is going to sound so lame, but this is a treat for me because I normally go for the cheap, I think it's like 30p penne pasta. I just thought I would switch it up this week and get a different shape and pay the extra 20p for it. So decided on the shell pasta and I'm sadly excited about using that this week. I then got a few different rice things, so I just got some Easy Cook brown rice back there. That was £1.50, and then these 2 microwave packets were 35p each. Now, I normally want to avoid using the microwave rices just because they do work out a lot more expensive. I just figured it'd be nice to have a couple in just in case I really don't have the time to cook like proper rice. I like having these in the cupboard for emergencies / days I'm just feeling very lazy. So I got 1 whole grain rice and then 1 packet of basmati rice as well. And then bread wise, I got some sesame bagels for £1. I really like having these in the freezer just for when I fancy them. I feel like bagels can go with anything. I'll use them as burger buns, I'll use them as like beans on toast. I just love a good bagel. I'm a little bit gutted that I currently have no room in my freezer to keep these, so I'm hoping they last. I might just have to have a few bagels for lunch this week to get through them, but I'm a big fan of sesame bagels. I feel like they are so much better than plain. If you've not tried a sesame bagel, I definitely recommend. I then got some ciabatta rolls, also for £1. Again, my plan with these was to freeze them. I thought they would make really nice bread rolls for when I make the burgers, because I couldn't seem to find the brioche buns that I used to get from Tesco, like the vegan brioche buns. They were so good. They literally made the burgers last year, but I don't think they're selling them again this year, potentially, or maybe they just didn't have any in stock, so I thought I would go for these instead. I did also think these would make really nice like lunch rolls. I could make bruschetta with these, garlic bread. Ciabatta is just so good. So again, I was hoping to be able to freeze these because I probably won't get through them all very quick, so I might just have to shuffle things around a little bit in my freezer so I can try and squeeze these in. And then finally, bread wise, I got these wraps for 65p. These were so cheap. They were price matched with Aldi, but I feel like they're normally like 90p in Tesco, so 65p is like quite a big saving, I think, if it's something that you buy on a regular basis. These are just to have for lunch this week, or maybe dinner as well. I might make some fajitas. The kebabs that I mentioned earlier, I'll put in one of these. I feel like you can pretty much shove anything in a wrap and it will taste good, and I've not had them for a few weeks now, so I thought I would pick some up this week. Finally, moving on to the cupboard food, I picked up 8 of these soy milks for 55p. If you've seen any of my previous Tesco hauls, you'll know that this is a staple for me. I don't drive, so whenever I do my normal weekly shops, I like to avoid having to pick up the super heavy things like milk and cans, just because my back absolutely kills. So I like to stock up on quite a few of these. This will probably last me like a good 6 weeks or so until I do my next online shop, so that is why I've got so many of those. And then jar and can wise, I picked up a jar of gherkins and a jar of jalapenos, both for £1. Again, these are heavy things that I like to avoid having to carry back from town if I can. I get through gherkins fairly quickly. I like having those on like salads. If I'm going to be making burgers and stuff more often, I'll probably eat them more quickly as well. So I just finished my last jar, so I figured I would pick up another one. And then same with the jalapenos as well. I'd literally just finished my last jar, which probably lasted me like 6 months. I don't even know if you're meant to keep them for that long, but I tend to have jalapenos if I make like nachos or any sort of Mexican food. So stocked up on some more of those. I then got 4 cans of baked beans. These are the no added sugar ones. Again, just stocking up. I will eat these fairly quickly if I'm having jacket potatoes or beans on toast. I got 2 cans of green lentils, 2 cans of black beans, and then also a can of chickpeas. So the lentils I will have in like salads. If I make curries, I'll use the lentils. Black beans I'll put in any sort of like Mexican food if I'm making fajitas or tacos or anything like that. And then I figured if I'm going to make kebabs or anything along those sorts of lines, I might make some hummus with them, so that is why I picked up the chickpeas. I then also got a can of coconut milk for 59p, just if I make any sort of curry or anything like that. And then seasoning wise, I picked up some garlic granules for £1.30, harissa seasoning for 90p, and onion granules for 85p. These two are definitely staples for me. I go through garlic granules at a scary rate, so I had to stock up on some more of those. I haven't actually tried the harissa seasoning before, but with it coming into like summery, well, I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. With it becoming a little bit warmer, I feel like some harissa flavoured things could be really nice as part of like a barbecue. Not really sure what I have in mind for this yet. I was thinking maybe like some sort of harissa quinoa salad potentially. No idea if it's going to work, but that is why I picked that up. And then the final thing that I picked up were 2 of these boxes of the Bourneville chocolate fingers. These were on offer for £1 each. You guys will know my addiction by this point. Honestly, it's got out of hand. I feel like I am fully addicted to these. I managed to go a couple of weeks without them, but when I saw they were on offer, I was like, no, I have to get some more. I just like having them in the cupboard. I feel like my snack cupboard at the moment looks the best it has ever looked, and I'm still stocking up on things like this. So I'm hoping I can maybe spread out how long I have these in the cupboard for, and I won't go through them all in one week. But I just had to pick up a few boxes when I saw they were on offer. So that was today's food haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.